All right, Coach Papadatos, just got your first All-American since I think I heard 2012.
Yeah.
Program going in the right direction with things like this happening. Talk about your heavyweight. First off, let's talk about the heavyweight and the All-American status he just gained.
Listen, we redshirted him last year. We thought he should All-American 2 years ago. He redshirted last year. He probably would have All-American. But you know how hard this thing is, man. And this is my 4th year as a head coach. We had to do a lot of transitions. A lot of things weren't the way they were 10 years ago. And my first year, we had a guy lose an All-American round 2-1. So, you know what I mean? And Mike is just, he's a great kid. He's never once given me lip. He's always listened. He was 12 and 25 as a true freshman. Not to say it's me, but before he got here, he was 12 and 25.
Wow.
And then, since then, he's won 100 matches in the 3 years that I've coached.
Wow.
Again, I'm not saying, I'm not saying that I did it.
Testimony to the work
the work he put in.
Yeah.
Everyone complains that he's the heaviest heavyweight in the country. He eats 7,000 calories a day. His body only wants to weigh 250, but he makes it because he knows he needs to be stronger and bigger because he can't hit low singles. So he's going to make sure he's the biggest, strongest heavyweight in the country. And people complain about it. Some refs have hit us for stalling on top. They're like, well, your guy's too big. Well, this guy can weigh 285 too if he wanted to.
Right.
So I'm just happy about the work he put in. I'm happy that he stuck with it, and he's always struggled with some belief. And he went out there and he dominated a good kid. We beat him 1-0 in November. That was way worse than 1-0 with all the pressure kind of on him.
Sure.
So we're excited. I'm excited for him. We're excited about the future, but I don't want to make it about the future. He's a senior, unfortunately. If the NCAA can find a way to give him another year, I'll take it. But I want him to celebrate it, and I'm super happy for him, man. Super happy for him in the program.
There's something there's kind of this dual reality with smaller Division I schools,
especially ones with 20-man roster caps like we have.
Right.
There's won 10 dual meets this year with 20. Never forfeited a weight.
There's a charm about a small school guy making it to All-American status, but then the reality is there's also a lot of struggles that as a D1 small school, you're facing things that your Oklahoma States are not facing, Ohio States are not facing. Talk about what it's like being a small school Division I program and why something like this really helps, inject some whatever the right term might be, spirit or
belief.
I
like
belief.
Man. It's belief. You got to know that listen, we've been in the top 10 before at Hofstra.
Right.
Again, everyone talks about the Tom Ryan days, and listen, he's my coach. I love him to pieces. But things were a little different. We changed conferences. We got a roster cap in force. Some things changed. The school dynamic changed, budgets changed. So it's been a little more difficult. And to start edging our way, it shows belief to the other guys in the program. It shows belief to the recruits. Like, hey, you can get this done. We just beat an Oklahoma State kid to All-American. I don't want to we didn't beat an unseeded kid. We beat a kid from Oklahoma State to be All-American. The most storied program in history. So you can do it here. We've done it before. It's not the first time we've beaten kids like that in the past. So, we're just excited about being able to do it again. Things that, like places like that we have is, every kid's different. Some kids need to have 5 guys competing for their spot and they compete to the challenge. But there's kids that can win national titles, but they actually need to be the stud where their backup can challenge them. And you need to know what you need as a kid. I've lost to kids many times like, Coach, I'm gonna go to Penn State. You sure about that? Like, you may be 5th in the country and may not start. We're over here.
Right.
You're like, and maybe that's what you need. And sometimes they never make it. You got to know what's right for you as a kid. And I recruit the kids that if you require 4 or 5 national champions in your room as your practice partners, we can't offer. We only have a 20-man roster cap. If that's what you need, then we're not the place. But if you need to be kicked in the butt when you're doing bad and hugged when you're doing good, and understand that we're so invested in you, we have no choice but to make it work with you. We have no choice. Where, again, it's not a bad thing in those big programs, but at Oklahoma State, if it's not you, we got 4 other guys that can do it. With us, it's like, it's got to be you, man. Let's figure this out together. And if you're the kind of kid that needs that, then we're the type of place for you. And kids need to realize that some kids get caught up in the hoopla. Bryce Meredith is a great example.
Right.
You know what I mean? It can't be done. Would he have gotten it done if he was still at somewhere else? Who knows?
Right.
But I'd rather be a 3-time All-American than never find out. So you got to go what's right for you. So I'm excited. I'm excited for the program and him more than I am, I guess, for myself.
And that's my last question. Personally, as far as he goes, you're getting loud in here. You come across as emotional. You've used the word invested quite a bit. Do you, as a coach, start thinking of while the sands of time are dwindling with your seniors, and particularly something like this,
Sure.
how does that? I mean, you come across as emotional that this is pretty deep to you for him achieving All-American status.
100%. Like, you have to understand, it takes a little deeper. I was a walk-on, that walk-on to Hofstra, that started at Hofstra, that won 100 matches, that now is, I'm the local kid that never plays in the county, that's now the head coach of the Hofstra University. Like, I grew up 5 miles away from Hofstra. I wrestled in that room. I wrestled in this tournament with the Hofstra singlet on. So, like, it means a little bit more to me. You know what I mean? It means a little bit more to me. So when another local kid, he was a high school national champ, a little different, but another local kid, puts a singlet on and wins it for us, man. It just means a lot to me. It means a lot that he listens and he believes, and it justifies what you've been doing. I mean, you can ask my wife. I put a lot of hours into this thing, man. I don't sleep. This is what I do. Like it's part of me being a dad. It's part of me being a husband. I don't look at it as a job, So put a lot of hours in. When you get something like this to happen, it makes you feel a little more invested. Hopefully, it sparks the guys back home. Sparks that we got a pretty good incoming class that are all here watching, or going to be incoming freshmen. So it's hopefully they're jump on the train, and we have a few other guys doing it next year.
Dennis, I can tell you're passionate about what you do. Congratulations on your All-American. Thanks for talking to us.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.